When you heard about Diddy and obviously him getting arrested, them taking him to jail, denying him bail, not once but twice, what went through your mind?
I think the people ain't finna come to you. That's why I ain't never went in the room. They say, Luke, come on in the room. Luke, that's why. Luke, you wanna come in the room with us? No! I take my little chips, I'm good. Cause I know once you go in that door, it ain't no coming back no more. So I take my little chips, you know, hey, look at man, I sleep in one bed, I have a nice vehicles, and you know, I'm good, my son is good, and I don't need that smoke. They already drugged me one time. When you go and you get these billions, and you see them put you up on a pedestal, that's because they put you up on a pedestal. They made you the guy. They placed you on every network. They sold you to all y'all on here. They gave you 5 million followers.
Uncle Luke is now taking a strong stance in the ongoing Diddy controversy, especially after CNN aired new footage about Diddy. He shared his views on his own media channels, highlighting how Diddy operates behind the scenes. Uncle Luke discussed the intricate relationships in the music industry and how power can influence the stories that emerge.
Situation about his homes being raided and, you know, all the allegations against him. It was very interesting to hear the perspective of, you know, what Uncle Luke might think is going on. And I want y'all to tell me what y'all think.
I'm gonna say this, and I want y'all to think about this because I don't want to call no other names. I don't want to call no other names on it because I don't want to be getting no viral moment. Think about what I'm getting ready to say to you all. When you sign up to these major companies, these major corporations, and they make you a billionaire, and you're doing all kind of wild shit around them and all kind of wild shit with them, and they make you a billionaire, they feel like they made you. So when you go rogue and you get to the point where you go to talking that shit about suing them and acting like and talking all that wild about. Now you want to bite the hand that feeds you. Don't your mama ever always tell you that? Your mama say, never bite the hand that feeds you. And so this is how the major corporations work when you try to come after them. Now you put a lawsuit in. Bam! Lawsuit. That I'm suing their them take their company down. That they taking my brand and my name and likeness and they making millions of dollars. I want out of this contract. And now, mind you, these people on the stock market, they stock go down 5%. That just cost them some billions. So they're looking at this to the shareholders, this is affecting our stock. They gotta, hold on, you just up some billions of dollars. These are major corporations that are on the stock market that you can affect their stock and cost them in one day billions of dollars by having their stock drop because your sneakers, you telling people you don't want them selling your sneakers. Or you don't want them, they stealing money from you, ain't paying you off the liquor. Them people like, hold the on. Okay, get the lawsuit. Now when you get the lawsuit, you gotta go to the judge, state judge. They definitely own the state judge because they're gonna buy up the number one law firm who put the most money into the state judge, into the local judge campaign to make him the local judge. Big bank take little bank. It goes back to CeeLo. The federal judge, they're gonna then find out what senator and congressman that called the president to say, I need an appointment for my federal judge, because how do you get an appointment for a federal judge is because I'm a major donor. And hey man, I got a friend of mine that's a judge, man, on the circuit level. Man, I would love for him to be a federal judge, and I'm gonna max out in your campaign. Matter of fact, I'm gonna generate a couple $100,000 or $1 million to put in your campaign. You win the seat. You then call up the president. President then say, hey, look here, man, nominate this right here. So now you got a judge in here. You got the state judge. So then now you black man who don't own these people company, you want to talk all your cash money and you want to go after these people, what ends up happening? They start the smear campaign because they down with the media. They got to smear you before you go into the courtroom of your peers. They go, okay, we can't settle with this dude. We can't have no voice of reason. He want to act crazy. Now we're going to go after you. Now we're going to call up our same senator. Hey, man, I need you, man, go issue a search warrant, man. I need you to drag this. In the hood, that's what we call. I want you to drag his. I want you to have all kind of allegations. So by the time he come in this courtroom, he going to wish he know we're going to take every dime you got. Because we made you. You didn't make us, God damn it. You with my stock, you with my money, you with me. I'm going to with you. I'm going to break you down to the lowest term. That's how the go, boss. So when you people that put that bread in your pocket that made you, they're gonna take you down to the lowest terms. Sound like the movie Scarface. Bingo. That's how they do. So you go, they done smeared your name. By the time you get in the courtroom, you lost already because you're sitting up there with a jury looking at you like you're a pedophile, and you probably ain't never touched a little girl in your life. And you're trying to sue this major corporation, this major respectable corporation, and they're gonna say how many people they employ, how many people, and half the people on the jury drink they half of the people on the jury, children walking around with their paraphernalia on. You get ready to sue them, and they done made you through the media, they done made you a crazy man, and they done made you a goddamn pedophile, they done made you everything that you're not. I'm giving y'all some good today. Never bite the hand that feeds you. So now when you walk up in that room and you make the deal, you cut the deal with the devil, and then you got one motherfucker, he want to talk about everybody else who's still in the room.
In a recent guest spot on the Stephen A. Smith Show, Uncle Luke shared his thoughts on Diddy's recent arrest. He also tackled Diddy's ongoing legal fight with the liquor giant Diageo, providing his insights on the situation.
Diddy, and obviously him getting arrested, them taking him to jail, denying him bail, not once but twice. What went through your mind, Uncle Luke?
Let me tell you something. The first thing that went to my mind was the liquor company. When you stand at a liquor company that's paying you all this money, 15 million or whatever it was,
right?
That they're going after you, and you make racial claims against them. Well, those big type of corporations,
Diageo.
Diageo, they come after you.
Right.
They come after you. If you're going to go into a court of law and think you're going to win a fight without them deframing you or making you look like the worst person in the world, so that was the first thing that came to my mind. Just thinking that these people are so powerful and they're so politically motivated, where they actually own senators who actually get on the phone and call up presidents and tell presidents to appoint certain people and certain department heads. It's just real easy for them to get on the phone call and say, hey, look here, man, put pressure on that brother there. And I think that's what he got caught in.
Good. So basically what you're saying is you ain't even attaching any guilt or innocence to him. What you're basically saying is he made the wrong damn enemies, and now they came for him.
He made the wrong enemies. I mean, he went and essentially did what our parents always say: never bite the hand that feeds you. And so now he's in a world of trouble. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's think about it, Steve. We all have been to a bachelor party.
Right.
That was a bachelor party. I mean, you go to jail for a bachelor party. If you're gonna, let's keep it 100. So bachelor parties are technically illegal now. The thing that he did with Cassie, I originally thought California was going to take up that as a kidnapping. Now that is where the problem comes in at. But everything else, baby all, bachelor party, freak offs, whatever you want to name it. I mean, guys are setting up freak offs right now because they get ready to get married all over the world. So, and they're transporting girls in from different places who are going to be about that life. That's just the fact of it all.
What about the notion that, number one, let's take the video. Cassie Ventura is her name. That's his ex now. You know, we saw on video what he did to her. What they're trying to say is that ain't the only person he's done it to. You're talking about violence against women, physical violence, etc. You're talking about, they're basically calling Bad Boy Entertainment, implying anyway, it's a damn ring that you got people coming up in there, whatever. Now, last time I checked in certain states, hell, we don't even know if is illegal. But what is illegal is drugging them without them knowing, etc., etc. It's similar stuff that they said about Bill Cosby, similar stuff that they said about Jeffrey Epstein, it's similar stuff that they said about Harvey Weinstein. What about the notion of comparing that in some small way, if not more, to all of those names I just threw out there, Uncle Luke?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a Me Too movement. You know, when you have a movement in the world and people are moving certain type of ways, and I mean, all the people that you named off, all these historic people who got taken down, you know, that is the new thing. You know, hey, look, you know, automatically they attach you to child, you know, underage individuals coming into parties and things like that. But in this case, I don't think I remember them saying anything about young underage kids. This whole thing of trafficking, bringing people, workers.
Right.
Those are the girls at the strip club. Taking them across county line or state line, that's illegal. I mean, you know, I'm having a little problem with that one there because, you know, again, people are doing that every day. Guys are going to Tulum, guys are going to Mexico, Cozumel, and going all over the world right now to celebrate their bachelor party, and they're taking the so-called now new name workers across county lines, statewide, and they're taking them around the country. So, I mean, when you get into the drug part of it, that is the problem. You can't drug girls. You can't do that. I mean, and take advantage of him. The thing that he did with Cassidy, that's on video, that's a problem. You can't do that. I mean, certain things.
Rumors have circulated about Uncle Luke's involvement in Diddy's notorious parties. In response, he set the record straight, stating that although he attended a few events, he always left early and avoided the wild scenes that have gained so much attention.
And in his most recent interview, he made sure to let it be known that he leave these parties before they even start to get wild. He don't want no smoke. Check it out.
Nice, humble guy. He's not this big animal. You know, I don't know what people do at the end of the party because when I go to the party, Steve, I leave.
Right.
You know, when that party get too good.
What's up, I'm A-Dub, and check this out. So during an appearance on the We in Miami podcast, Uncle Luke spoke about his experience with the embattled bad boy boss and admitted he would always leave his parties early. He also recalled turning down Diddy's offer to appear in French Montana's music video for Pop That, which he claimed sampled his own song, I Wanna Rock, without permission.
I wonder how many people have sampled music from
They
me.
sample out of me.
You ever had someone sample and didn't call and didn't follow up on nothing?
Yeah, French Montana. Yeah, that Pop That song.
Oh yeah, Pop That.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on. Puff Daddy was like, yeah, we want you to come and be in this video. You know, I ain't on every scene, you feel me? And so they were like, yo, come on by and do the video. I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know, now we got Wayne, we got Drake, we got all these people here and everything. And I was like, I don't give a you know, it's just not my vibe.
Right.
You know, they're all cool people, you know, but I don't just move like that because somebody is someplace. And we'll send a jet and all that. No, I don't need no jets and all that. Right. Long story short, after the video was shot, then it was all these articles. I guess they had the press set up. Uncle Luke and French Montana and Drake and Wayne and all them. And then I'm like, I don't know nothing about this song. So people start hitting me. I was like, I don't know what that is.
Right.
You know, and that was, you know, and then it became a little, as if it was a little beef. And I was like, yo, bro, I don't have beef with nobody.
Did French Montana look out? Like, did they cut you a check? Did he cut you a check?
No, I ain't want no check. I ain't want no check.
Why not?
If it was done the right way, yeah, we'll negotiate, you know, through people, but I don't want checks like that.
Right.
Yeah, I just let people have shit.
All money ain't good money.
I was about to say.
Right,
Did you
shit.
party with Diddy a lot?
Oh, no, not really. I would go to the party and leave early.
Why wouldn't you stay late?
I go to the party and leave early. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what goes on after hours, but
He wasn't trying to find
I
out.
wasn't trying to find out. You know, I know my place. I know my place.
50 Cent had made reference to Diddy's allegedly debauched parties last year before he was accused of soliciting underage for said parties, allegations which he has strongly denied. In a video from an undated concert, 50 revealed to the laughing audience why he doesn't go to Puffy party.
They can hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What talking about? Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my kind of part. I like it. It's uncomfortable. I think I belong in the girls' bathroom. When like that is going on.
Parties after a picture emerged of Lil Baby being hugged by billionaire Michael Rubin. The G-Unit mogul later posted the picture on Instagram and captioned it, "See, this is why I don't go to no party Puffy and them at. The F is going on here. Get the F off my young, what the F." 50 Cent also took shots at Diddy and his parties after he was accused by producer Lil Rod of and being involved with trafficking, a shooting, and soliciting underage. 50 posted pictures of the Harlem mogul with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather that made it look as if they were about to kiss, along with the caption, "Maybe this is a big misunderstanding."
These people who were around when all this was going on, if anybody's guilty, they are just as guilty as them, as the individual who did the dumb. I'm not gonna be around no dude, no woman. I'm not for them. I guess that's why I don't float in them circles, because I don't get invited to the little soirees and the little hidden parties and the little private deals and all that, with all the free going on and all that. They know not to have. They know not to. I don't play like that. I don't even carry myself like that. So if I see anybody, and they know how I am, I'm curious to ask y'all something, right? When the last time y'all seen any federal organization raid a house in the daytime? In the broad daylight. They normally come, when the feds come, they be like 4 o'clock in the morning when you sleeping. And then, don't they raid your house? And they have a search warrant and they have something, they want to lock you up? That's kind of interesting to me.
From the start, Uncle Luke has been clear about the seriousness of this case. In a past podcast, he talked about the impact of law enforcement and celebrity influence, cautioning that if the investigation into Diddy isn't managed correctly, it could lead to severe consequences. He expressed concern that Diddy's power could endanger those who dare to speak up.
News about Diddy.
Oh.
Recently, Homeland Security is raiding his homes in LA and Miami. They're raiding P. Diddy's property. I never thought I'd see that.
In broad daylight?
In broad daylight.
Yeah, because normally when the federales come, they come at 4 o'clock in the morning when you sleep.
So, because they came in broad daylight, what do you make of it?
I think it was a big grandstand situation.
Because it was daylight.
It was daylight. It was sending a message. It was sending a message that this is what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. I mean, it obviously covered every news station. Everybody got to see, them grabbing the kids out, which I had a little problem with.
Yeah. And you ain't after the kids, you after him. That's not
yeah. And that, I mean, grabbing the kids, dragging them out, putting them in handcuffs. I mean, that could be traumatizing for these type of kids. These type of kids ain't lived on no street life. They don't know nothing about that. They live the good life, which, because their parents provided that for them. But I think, a lot of guys like the Diddys and the Kanye Wests of the world, when you go cut them deals, when you go in the back room and you cut them deals with the major corporations, you need to know where you stand at. You need to know that, that these people really own you. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you need to know how to play the game, and I don't think he played the game in the right way, because at the end, if you're gonna sue Diageo, you better have your stuff together.
Yeah,
because
they politicians love them.
That politicians love. They're arguably the number one liquor brand in the world. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, you know, when you look at politics and how politics work, you know, these type of corporations do what? They put money into politicians' campaign fund.
But that's why I think he's in a world of trouble. And I don't know anything. I don't want anybody to think I know anything. Diddy is always cool with me. He always treats me with respect. I hope that he's innocent of what he's being, of what they're investigating for. You know, some trafficking ring and all of this stuff. I hope he's innocent of all that. I don't know what the hell is going on. But I do feel this way. In the world of big business, and this needs to be said while I'm sitting right next to you, Luke Campbell. In the world of big business, when you make an enemy of big business, along the way, they know enough about you.
Yes, they do.
To come for you when they want to come for you.
Yes, they do.
You understand? And it don't have to involve jail. It doesn't have to involve a crime. It can involve them squeezing you out of your money.
Yes,
making sure they humble you beyond repair.
Yes, and that's what you see right now with Diddy, and you see that with Kanye West. You know, when you look at these two brothers, you know, they cut the deals, you know, with Adidas, and Adidas spend millions and billions of dollars and putting into these dudes' pockets, you know, and the liquor companies putting all these millions and billions into their pockets. These guys, you know, when you turn on them, you better know what you're doing. You know, and I always advise guys, you can't fight them, because it becomes like CeeLo. You know, big bank take little bank. You know, and big bankers gonna win every time. You know, and at the end of the day, when you go into that war with these individuals, you need to know that, you know, their ideal of you, they own you. And if you turn on them, they're gonna break you. They're gonna humble you. You know, they're gonna take everything that they gave you away from you, humble you, find another brother and put him on that pedestal, the same pedestal that they put you on.
But as independent as you have been throughout your career, I think it's important to bring this up, because I try to bring this up. You know, I'm 56 years old. I've been in my business for a long time. And I try to tell folks all the time, stop acting like you completely own and operate everything yourself. Everybody needs somebody, and everybody answers somebody. Your bosses answer the bosses. Those bosses answer to somebody else. Those bosses answer the shareholders, okay? And board
and
members.
Moving people stock.
And board members, that's right. And board members and shareholders. And oh, by the way, in the end, you're going to have to deal with the public at large. You can't achieve success by yourself. You always need somebody. And to me, I think it's a mistake when people try to act like, I can do this by myself. I don't need a damn soul, because you're going to find out. You're going to have to ask for something from somebody at some point. Am I wrong in thinking that way?
Oh, no question about it. You're going to have to lean on other people. When you get into that part of big business, and you're dealing with big business, you're the spokesperson for big business. Big business is a stock exchange traded stock, and you're moving that stock because you make these claims and accusations about them. Oh, trust me, before you get into that courtroom, they're gonna tarnish your entire reputation. So that jury that you think is the jury of your peers, they're gonna already have this understanding as to who you are, and you're gonna lose before you get in there. And that is how big business works.
He even suggested that Diddy's case shares disturbing similarities with Jeffrey Epstein's, implying that it involves a network of influence, power, and hidden secrets that could be coming to light.
Did P. Diddy have in Miami? If anybody would know, you would know. Him, what kind of reputation did he have as it pertained to the parties, but also his reputation within the industry and within the culture? Because you would know the answer to that question.
In Miami, he virtually had no reputation in Miami. To be honest with you, that's why, you know, when you heard Drake do the record, hey, tell Uncle Luke I'm out in Miami too, it's because I called all of them out.
I was like, you guys are living down here, you're moving down here, you know, you're a part of the culture, you're bringing the girls in, you're dating our women, you're eating the food, you're rolling around. You need to be a part of the community. You know what I'm saying? You need to, you know, go read a book to some of the kids in the community, you know, be a little more involved instead of just sitting on the court side at the Heat game, you know, and sucking up all the air. And so at the end of the day, you know, me and him had that conversation. And that was pretty much the only time that I did go to a Diddy party, which was a New Year's Eve. I went in and went out.
Okay.
Because one thing I know, Steve, I know when to go.
That's right.
I know when to go. I know when to leave. So, you know, we had that conversation, and he started getting more involved in the community, along with Lil Wayne. Them eventually they left, but you know, that's just it. You know, as far as the industry itself, he would have his parties at his house. You know, mostly people from around the country and not necessarily Miami folks. You know, because Miami folks just did not feel that he was a part of the culture of Miami, and he had embraced Miami like that. So it was more like a transplant.
With that being said, how are they feeling about him now? How's everybody feeling about him now in the culture?
Well, look, the culture, I mean, as far as the music business, man, I hate to see that, you know, the things that are going on, especially with the young lady, Cassie. I mean, seeing her get beat, you know, I mean, that lady was a part of the music industry, the industry itself, you know, for whatever it was. I mean, you know, you just don't do that. You know, a lot of people, I mean, when they give you a name and the kids that I coach say, no Diddy, you know, when you get a label like that and you become a sane, no Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Like my end or whatever, that's hardcore. So as far as him and his reputation, you know, it's pretty much tarnished because he got to live with that for the rest of his life. The things that he's done, I don't see a comeback for him. You know, I hate it for the brother because, again, I knew this brother when he first, you know, linked up with Andre Harrell and Big and all them. And, you know, me and Big, we rolled together a lot. And so at the end of the day, you know, I saw the things that he was doing. I mean, you know his story. I mean, his story, he promoted parties and people died, you know, and all the different things that happen around him. But then to see him become successful, you cheer for a guy like that. You cheer for a guy like that. But to see him now being taken down, you know, at the end of the day, he did it to himself. And a lot of people say it had a lot to do with drugs. And, you know, when your head get a little too big, you got to be able to humble yourself.
By the way, you said don't do nothing with no underage girls. Let's add guys, too. Don't do anything with no underage guys, because we hear a whole bunch of wild stuff. We got to throw all of that out. We got to make sure we cover ourselves, make sure all of that get mentioned, Uncle Luke. All of it gets mentioned. All of it.
Under no circumstances.
Under no circumstances. Now, let me ask you this. The man is worth over $500 million. What resonated with me, Uncle Luke, was, damn, they wouldn't even let him. I mean, in a time where the economy is suspect in some people's eyes, you got inflation to deal with, stuff like that. The government seemed to be inventing ways to take some of your money. You understand, taxes and everything else. This man offered $50 million bond, and they said, hell no, we don't want it. That resonated with me. I'm saying, oh, damn, this is bad. They ain't playing. My belief, though, is they want him and a whole bunch of others, while some people would say they just want him that bad. The culture, what's the culture saying?
Man, the culture is saying something in the milk ain't clean. Something definitely in the milk ain't clean. And at the end of the day, it goes back to just like you say, Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein went in jail. Everybody knew he had cases on everybody. And for him to mysteriously die in jail, they're looking at it saying we can't make the same mistake that we made with Jeffrey Epstein. And if Diddy goes out again, they allege that he did some witness tampering. He started calling up people saying don't talk to prosecutors and things like that. So that's one of the reasons why they don't want him out. But you know, that thing is when your back is against the wall. You know, they're really seriously looking at that. And then, I mean, you know, if you got $50 million and you just sold a house for $18 million, you become a real serious flight risk at it as well. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I wasn't surprised when they didn't let him out, you know, but it's hard as fuck. I mean, to not let this man out, you know, put an ankle bracelet on, I guess they
they feel like he's so superhero that
Is this the end for Diddy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Until next time, take care, everyone.